The next topic in the design process. So the first topic about the design process we discussed, right? There are six important things in the design process. One is to define the problem. Next one is to generate concepts, to develop the solutions, construct and test prototype, evaluate the solution and present the solution. So these are the five categories there in the design process, or the five important ways, or we can call it as five important steps, right, in the design process. So why I call it as steps means we need to go one by one. We can't skip any steps, right? It will be difficult for the design process. So to define the problem, we discussed in the previous session, means how to design or how to define a problem. Means we need to identify, right? If you are going to do a big new design, or you are going for some innovations from the existing thing, you need to tell about the problems oriented with that, right? Whether it can be solved, right? If you want to solve, how much duration it will take, and who will be getting benefited while you are doing those things, and while you are doing these modifications, any side effects will be there. So all those things are very important. Right? It is a side effect in the sense, don't mean that it will be only on medicines. It is not like that. It will be for any type of the tools or any type of the design. Right? We are having such things. So defining the problem is very important. Right? We need to validate the particular problem. We need to identify the problem. We need to justify the problem, whether you can able to solve with the available materials, right? Or you need to create some new materials to achieve this. All those things you need to explain at the time of the definition of a problem. So that is important. So once you are able to brief, then it will be over. That is, the first step will be over. Means you selected some particular problem and you are going to do the design. And the next thing is very technical aspect that we are going to see in this particular class, right? And because without any technical support, if you are telling that I can do it, means it is not at all possible. Therefore, the next step, I can call it as the generating concepts. How to get the concepts, right? Even though we were having many principles, tools, I mean, laws, etc., but which will be suit for your problem, right? You may say, like I know many of the laws and principles behind the science and engineering. It is good, but how many of them are really helpful while you are going for a new design? So that is the important thing we need to analyze. Right? Therefore, always a new design, it needs the existing concepts. Sometimes, if you are going for the new concepts, what exactly we need to do. Right? Therefore, the concepts, it will be from engineering, or it will be from the arts and science, or it may be from technology. Right? Anywhere you can get it, right? But it should holds good while you are applying the particular principles and laws to the design. So that is the second thing, that is generate concepts. So the first step is you identify the problem, you define the problem, it's okay. The second one, you are telling about the generating concepts. How to generate the concepts. That is the important thing that we are going to discuss in this particular session. Right, while generating the concepts, you need a comprehensive research. Right, the research means, I don't think that people those who are doing this PhD and other things, that is only the research. It is not like that. So if you are able to get some findings, right, through many references, materials are available, And if you are able to find, right, that will be a biggest research that you are doing, especially while you are studying the undergraduate. So the first thing is doing research means it should contain a literature. Any research, it should contain some literature. The literature in the sense you can verify with available materials, you can verify with the available literature. So any type of the new design, if people are going, what they do means they will check the existing thing, or if you are taking some concepts, any supporting concepts are available in the world, whether it is available as a product or whether it is available in the paper. Sometimes the it will not materialized, but it was there in the paper, it was there in the documents. Sometimes it was patented, and sometimes it was published as an article. Right? You can do research every places. You can see the daily newspapers. You may get some concepts. You can go through the journals. You can get some concepts. If you're reading some magazines, you can get some concepts. Especially the electrical students. If you are reading electronics for you, electrical spectrum. These are the leading magazines. It will tell you about it will tell you about the current advancements and about the future. Listen, once again, I repeat, some magazines, especially for students, those who are studying electrical and electronics, just you go through that, right? Electrical spectrum and electronics for you. The magazines are available through our library, you can access it. Otherwise, online also you can access it. There are many other ways there. You can go through the advancements. You can get the current technology. Normally, the textbooks may have the basics. So all the basics is necessary. I'm not telling you have to skip. The basics are necessary, right? It will give you a good foundation. The textbooks. But apart from that, the latest technology, if you want to find, you need to refer the latest journals and magazines, right? It will give you sometimes you may think that you okay from the books you got some concepts and you are going to apply, all right, but you can see that the similar thing was already applied in some places, so it won't be there in your textbook, but it will be there in the internet. You can access it, you can go through that, you can get some insights from that. All right, and sometimes it may leads you a bigger advancements and innovations. So that is possible. And the next thing is the brainstorm possible solutions. Why stress the word brainstorm? Means there are many solutions are there, but one particular solution it will be completely suited for your problem. Right? You identified a problem, you want to give the solution. There are thousands of solutions may be available in the world, but one solution you can compare it and you can come up with one solution. It will be very, very good and suits perfectly for our case. Right? That's what the second bullet point says. And the third one is the additional goals. Right? That is something important I want to tell you. What about the additional goals? Additional goals in the sense you will be having one objective to design, one objective to make a solution for the particular thing. But apart from that, right, some additional objectives also may be there. Right, what you are doing, you can consider that also. Right. For example, once again, I want to take the example like a mobile phone. Right, you are going through the user-friendly approach. The people they want to be with the latest technology, whether it is the 4G or 5G. Yes, you need to do the modifications, and they need a good camera. Yes, camera should be inbuilt. It should be economy. Right, these are the objectives. The another supporting objective is, and especially the people those who are telling about this electronics and other things and all, they're also telling some of the things which will be affecting human being, which will be affecting the living organisms. right? Whether we're doing such type of advancements, whether it will support the growth of environment or it will spoil it, right? And whatever we're getting the interference from these particular materials, whether it will affect your brain, it will affect any of your sense organs, right? Then it will be very difficult things that you need to take care. So one objective is there for the particular system or the particular design. Yes, that is good, but you need to take care about the additional goals also. The additional goals in the sense, right? If you are taking the mobile phones, you should consider human being also. You should consider the living organism also. Somebody is telling that if the 5G is entering inside, it may spoil the waves, it may spoil right, the living organ. So then you need to check about whether it is true and what about the particular concepts available with that. So if you are coming with a perfect solutions, definitely it will make a good sense while you are making a good new design. The next thing is apply STEM principles. So STEM, it stands for the science, technology, engineering, and the supporting things like mathematics. Right, we are telling that in the design we won't use the mathematics. Design is not like a mathematics, but it will be like a supporting thing. Sometimes we need some calculations, right? Some mathematics calculations for design. It will be supporting your technology. It will supporting your engineering, right? That's why the subject mathematics, we won't say it as a core. It is like a basic science subjects. Means it will be supporting. Right, because if you're doing some experiments, if you're doing if you want to make a new design, right, you need some support, right? Support you can get it from science, the support you can get it from technology, support you can get it from engineering and mathematics. So while you're generating concepts, right, you need some principles from all these areas, so that is very important. And which type of approach? Sometimes if you want to make a new design, there are different approaches there, but which approach it will be definitely helpful for you, that you need to understand, right? So the apply STEM principles, I hope I discussed with you. The next thing is about uh, the yeah, select and correct approach, and the final thing is a decision matrix. So what actually the decision matrix, what it is telling about? So you are having many approaches to arrive the results, but which will be helpful, which will be more suit for our particular approach, right? Then you make a good matrix, right? Matrix in the sense, I think you may know about matrix. It is having some rows and columns, right? Like a matrix, it should say about some important things like what about the economy, that is how much price you need to pay, or whether we're doing this technology, whether it is easy or it is the toughest thing, and how much time. There are many things will be there, and you can take some in the matrix, especially to get the good solutions, right? So to generate concepts, listen. Therefore, we need the decision matrix. So it will tell you about whether which way we can go. That is the first way or second way. There are many ways there, but which will be good. You can you can analyze. You can get it, right? So I will show you one sample matrix. Yeah, I hope you can see that. And this is not like the mandatory thing. Only this matrix will be helpful for any design means no. It is like a sample matrix, right? You can see that idea one, idea two, three, four, five. There are many ideas. They are telling that For the first idea, that means first methodology, the cost you can say it will be around 3 lakhs, and you can say or the 3 means not 3 lakhs, it will be telling about the 5 point scale, right? 5 means the maximum, 1 will be minimum, like that, right? So 3 will be like on the upper side. So you can convert it like lakhs or crores, that is also okay, right? So idea 1, there will be telling about the cost and the complexity and the developing time and the total how much. Alright, therefore you are combining all what actually the cost is. That is how much complexity it is and how much time you need to develop. Like so, every methodology may differs. One methodology, the cost will be very less and the development time will be more. One methodology, it will say about the cost will be high, the developing time is very less. Right? One methodology, it is telling about it is much complex and the developing time is also much higher. So, which one we can take it? That is up to us. So, we can make the decision matrix and we can come to the conclusion definitely which one will help us. Right? There are many methodologies are there. Now, what I did was I made it like a matrix for what are the methodologies available. And from that, I can come to the conclusion which will be useful, right? So that is the important thing we need to know about, right, in the design process. Let us see about the next one. Right, so here in the generating concepts, now you can see this flow chart, right? From the flow chart you can analyze. The first one, the defined problem, that is you defined and you checked whether it is justifiable, and if it is justifiable then you will come for the next one, that is generate concepts. If it is not justifiable, once again it will go to the defining problem. I hope you can see that. The second thing is the generating concepts. Right now we generated the concepts and we arranged all those things inside the matrix, and we checked whether the particular technology is available to do this. Yes, if the technology is available, we will move to the next one, that is developing the solution. If the technology is not available, then you have to move to the previous case. That means you need to change the concept, means the technology is not currently available, therefore you need to go through the next concept, otherwise you need to go to redefine the problem. Alright, so most both the things are available in the generating concepts. Alright, so these are the important thing about the generating concepts in the six steps, right, in the design process. This is the second step. I hope it will give good insights about the design process, right, to develop the solutions. We will see in the next session. Right, once again I want to summarize it, what actually we discussed in this particular session. Right, we seen about the definition of the problem, right, and the glance as a glance, and we discussed about the generating concepts, especially what are the comprehensive research in that, then the brainstorm solutions, and what are the additional goals we need to consider and apply the principles from science, technology, engineering, as well as mathematics. And you have to select an approach and you need to make a decision matrix, right? And you can come to the conclusion. And finally, you can fix it in our flow chart. That is second thing, that is after defined problem, it is generating concepts, right? I hope you understood up to this, and if you're having any doubts, you can ask me.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, what is the portion for the first internal, sir?
when you are having the internals.